Now, Hal Kempfer, retired Marine intelligence officer. Hal, let's get you on this situation with Poland offering these jets. We were talking about it this afternoon. I think short of maybe busing Ukrainian pilots into Poland and having them fly the jets back into Ukraine, I don't know. Is this a dangerous escalation either way?
Joe, it can't be seen as anything other by the Russians as anything but an escalation. The problem is, once they fly from a NATO base into Ukrainian airspace or in Ukrainian airspace, and that's what they're trying to work through right now. I mean, honestly, if there was some way that they could roll the jets across the border of Poland and then have them take off, that'd be wonderful, but I don't know of any way to do that. The problem is once they're in the air, they're in the air. And with the way Putin has described things, I think the big concern is that this can only be perceived as an escalation, and that in some indirect way, NATO is in the conflict. Yeah,
I mean, it reminded me, again, we keep going back to Churchill and FDR. FDR offered planes to Churchill, but he couldn't get them across the border. So he suggested Churchill put horses on the border and drag them across, or you could push them. But anyway, that's another history lesson. What do you think is Putin's next move here, Hal? Because he has said sanctions are essentially an act of war, and now he has them.
Well, Putin says a lot of things. I mean, if everything was an act of war that Putin says is an act of war, then everything we do would be an act of war. Obviously, sanctions are not an act of war under international law. Obviously, setting up a potential no-fly zone could be perceived as an act of war, and that's why we're not doing that. But I think what you're going to see is Russian forces are being worn down. They're just not performing well on the battlefield, and this is going to put incredible pressure on Putin to come up with some sort of arrangement to disengage. I mean, he's getting to the point where if the forces can't close, if they can't see some of these big cities in the next few days, he's going to run into attrition problems that I don't think he can overcome. And it's going to change the whole tenor of what's happening in the battle space.
Let's talk about what we're hearing as far as the numbers. Ukraine says that they've killed 11,000 Russians. I mean, if that's true, I don't know what to believe, but that's almost 1,000 a day. Even if it's, 1,000 or two, that's a lot.
That's been very consistent with all the reporting. It is about 1,000 a day every time you see it. Now, I think, what I'm hearing is it's a range that we normally deal with official stuff. We don't normally stick to hard numbers. Ukraine is putting out hard numbers. They've also got over 300 tanks destroyed, over 1,000 armored personnel carriers. The attrition is really heavy on the Russian side. And Ukraine also has a reason not to exaggerate too much because they have moral authority. They also want to be seen as credible. So they want to keep their numbers fairly close. As someone who's spent a lot of time doing battle damage assessment, I can tell you it's tough to do, but they seem to be doing a fairly credible job.
I don't know what to make of it, Hal, because I hear you, and it sounds like Russia's in trouble. At the same time, they are now resorting to just shelling all of these cities, which appears to be, a tactic that they're resorting to now because they're running out of options and they're basically stuck.
Joe, they can't move. They're just their forces are not maneuvering. It's very clear that they completely underassess the logistics requirements. Their communications between units is horrible. There are stories of them going open frequencies, being spoofed by the Ukrainians, being intercepted left and right. They're just having a basic core problem moving these forces. So now they're shooting out. But it's not the systemic sort of Russian overwhelming firepower you would expect. It's almost like lashing out. It's very consistent with not having enough ammo as well.
All right, it's always great to have Hal Kempfer with us, retired Marine intelligence officer, as we always do. Semper Fi, my friend.
Semper Fi. Hoorah, Joe.
All right, thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.